width apart, hands on our knees and looking inside at the ball, right? We want to be able to come off and go fast either way. So if I'm going to my left, what I want to do is I want to have my right foot, my opposite foot, loaded. That means planted in the ground, ready to go, ready to explode, right? That way I don't have to false step or counter step. I can just explode off the ball and go. The second stance we're going to use is a stagger stance or a wide receiver stance. Usually that's used against a single corner. That allows us to attack the defender and get down the field vertical fast. Now, a lot of guys will use the square stance versus a single corner because sometimes you don't know. The corner may line up as single, the safety may come out late. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want to be caught in a wide receiver stance or in a stagger stance against the vice because we don't want to go vertical against the vice. We want to be able to run around it and use our techniques to get up the field. Let's talk about single releases, all right? We get a single corner. We want to attack that corner. Come at him full speed, beat him with speed, but attack him. Attack his leverage. Make him think we're going one way, then go the other. So we'll attack him. We'll stick. We'll stick to the inside. We'll go outside. We'll try to get his hips frozen, or try to get him to turn his hips, right, one way, and then go the other way. Use our hands, be violent with the release, and go. Put us in a position to stag and put him behind us. So again, beat him with speed coming off the ball, but don't spend a lot of time on getting into his framework of really focusing on getting too close where he can get us. We just want to beat him with speed. Now, stacking, what we want to do is when we get past him, we want to put him behind us, all right? Not allow him to get on our hip, not allow him to run side by side with us. And at the point of attack, when we may have to slow down for the returner, he can get his hands on our shoulders and run us past the returner. So we're going to stack him, put him behind us, force him to go through us to get the block and get the penalty. Let's take a look at some of the drills. We'll come out, just very simple, work on an attack drill, attack that corner, stick them to the inside, then go outside. Use our hands to get around them and get that vertical and stack. Then we'll come out, we'll add some pads to it. Again, we're going to stick to the outside, get back inside, and beat them with speed and get vertical. Now we'll come up, you'll see both these releases, starting with the bottom. He's getting inside leverage, okay? He's getting inside leverage, press right here. So now he's going to attack him hard down inside, get him to move his hips, and he's going to end up going back door on. Attacks him hard down inside. Where the corner plays flat, really plays him. So now he's going to attack him stick and then go back door on. Right? The receiver up top gives him one stick to the inside, freezes his hips for a minute, and then runs around him and gets vertical. They're both in a good position to get out and run. Now let's talk about release techniques versus vice or a double team. We'll start with the speed release, all right? We start with that speed release. We just want to run. We're just going to run around these guys at full speed. And then we'll use these other release techniques on demand when we need them. But if they don't touch us, we're gone, all right? Just a flat out speed release. Then we'll go to steel rod. Steel rod's a stiff arm. He goes to get his hands on us. We're going to stiff arm him and use that leverage of him to get around him. Okay, chop, swipe, and rip. These things are release techniques when they go to put our hands on us. All right, we're going to chop, rip, same things you use when you're a receiver or a DB or any kind of football player who's trying to keep a guy off of us. We're going to chop, swipe, and rip and keep their hands off of us. I'll talk more about those techniques as we get to them. So first, speed release. We'll come down here. We'll go outside release. We're going flat against a double team. This is the outside corner. We're just going to run around him. Just run around and get vertical. Okay, we don't want to get upfield against a double team. You'll see it right here. All right, we're going outside towards the boundary. He's going to turn and run. He's just going to turn and run. All right, doesn't really get into that corner. Just gets a speed release, runs around him. Now he's in a position to get down the field and make the play. You'll see it up top. Outside release, the corner plays soft. He just turns and runs. Okay, he's ready to get the release, but he's in the running motion. Everything we talk about is in the running motion. All these techniques, we all want to be running. We can't run unless we're in the running motion, but we got to have on-demand releases. So everything's in the running motion. Talk about tackling again next. Watch the speed release down here at the bottom, right? He's getting the vice right here. Okay, so he's just going to take and go flat and just flat out beat these guys with speed. Okay, beat him with speed. Uses a little bit of a swipe right there. You'll see him corner. The safety goes to put his hands on him. Uses a little bit of a swipe technique, but now he's off to the races, running, stacking both of them, putting them behind him in a great position to make the play. Steel run, probably our best technique against any kind of vice. We get down the field, we get to the outside release right here. We go outside, and this corner jumps us, tries to put his hands on us. We're going to steel rod, stiff arm him right there. Make a steel rod with our hand right there, and put our hand and use it like a steel rod against his shoulder right here. Right. Also, not allowing him to get his hands on us. Now we're going to push that bag down and use that leverage, right, from that corner or that safety. Use that leverage to turn the corner and get upfield. Right, really push that bag down, lean into it, and go. We'll see it here. He goes outside to run. Corner really doesn't jump him, but he still steel rods to get around him. Right. Otherwise, we're just going to run out of bounds. Goes to get vertical, and now he's off to the races. You'll see it better here. Watch down here in the bottom. Outside release with speed. Right. Steel rod. Use that leverage. Don't let that corner get his hands on our shoulders to knock us out of bounds more. Use that leverage to get around and go. Now, rip technique. Sometimes you go to run and you go to turn up the field, you might not be able to get a steel rod on him. All right. So now you got to be able to get his hands off of you. So you just rip up, chop down. Rip up, rip through in the running motion. Right. Rip up, rip through, chop down, and keep running. You'll see it down here. You see this, he started out right here in a wide receiver stance or a stagger stance. Safety comes out, double teams him in the vice. Now it becomes a square stance. He goes to inside speed release. Safety goes to put his hands on us. What do? Right here. Rip up, chop down, fight, battle, claw, scratch, whatever it takes to get down the field. Sometimes you chop. You just knock his arms down. He goes to get his hands on you, chop it down. Chop it down in the running motion. Running, chop, on-demand release, run. Violent. We want violent releases, speed, violence with our hands, violence with our movements. But these guys are going to be physical. We got to be just as physical or more physical with some violence. Watch him up top. He gives a little counter move here. Okay, he gives a little counter move. Then he comes inside for the speed release. Counter. Guy gets his hands on us. Can't really get a good steel rod on him. Now you just got to work to chop it down and get off to the races. Now, split release. All right, we're going to use a split release when we feel like one of these vice defenders is going to jump us and we can't get around him without bubbling around. So when he goes to jump us right there, we're going to throw him by, and then get vertical. Okay, we'll take a look at it right here. So we'll come up, we're going to the inside. Okay, this safety jumps us. He's going to make us bubble. So we're going to throw him by and then get vertical. We'll start out with just the throw by. It's the slap and clear, we call it. Slap and clear. Okay, use his momentum to throw him on by and then get vertical. Now, what's going to happen here is we started out here, we've gone inside release, right? The safety has jumped us. So now we're going to slap him right here, throw him by. Okay. Now, this corner who started out here, he's going to be joining that vice, and he's going to slam the door shut and try to get this gunner in the vice. But now, once we cleared, we slapped and cleared and threw by. Now we're going to steel rod that corner coming back so we can get up the field. Slap and clear, throw by, steel rod, get up the field. Take a look at it here. All right, flat down inside, the safety jumps. All right, throw by, slap and clear, steel rod, get the corner off of us, off to the races, run. Okay, watch it up top. He comes flat down inside. Okay, I probably prefer him just to come flat down inside and run, but he feels like he's got a split, so he comes down inside, feels like the safety's jumping him, so he splits him. That's not as clean as you like, but that's not what counts. What counts is how violent and physical we are. And he fights through. It just becomes a battle, and he gets out running. You'll see it better here. You'll see him run down to the inside. He splits a little later. He splits late. So he tries to throw by. Doesn't get a great slap and clean. Doesn't really get a good steal rod, but guess what he does? He fights. He fights through, pushes through, and beats that double team. You'll see it again here, but watch this one. He comes down inside. The gunner goes down inside. All right. He swipes the wrist, gets it off of him. Don't let that safety get his hands on our shoulders. But then he comes up and he tries to dip around and rip. Okay. But now the safety's running us down into traffic. So what does he do? He tries to chop it down. Doesn't work. So he throws him by, uses his momentum to throw him down inside. Now what happens? Look at the corner. Corner's coming to slam the door shut. We're going to steel rod him and get vertical and be in a great position to make the play. That's all it is. Speed and violence, and great desire. Take a look at it. We knew from a scouting report, this guy was going to jump us up top, right? Right here, we knew he was going to come up and jump. So he gives him the quick split. Comes down inside. Stick and run. Use your hands, steel rod backside to the corner, get out and run, beat them both.